Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel. My name is George Kingori, online finance guy who talks about all things finance. How you can be able to save, invest, and grow in your finances. And today I'm going to speak about sources of funding for your business. When you are starting out a business, you may have the idea, you may be excited about the idea, but your efforts to start a business may be grinding to a halt because you do not have the finances that are required for your business. Let us talk about capital and finance for your business. The first main source of business, and I'm taking these statistics from small and micro enterprise research that was carried out from several business owners and entrepreneurs in Kenya. So the first source of funding will be your own funds. Yes, you would have to save. You have to put money aside. You may be forced to liquidate an asset, to liquidate an investment, to be able to get money from your own means to be able to fund this project. In as much as I would desire to tell you that you can be able to get loans and get money from other sources, it is good to state that in our market, in our side of the world, finance is only given when there is something to see, when there's something on the table, when there's something on the ground. When you have started business and you're starting to report some few numbers and some progress, that is when other sources of funding can actually come in. So the first source of funding will be your own savings. In addition to your own savings, another source of that may come from you is sweat capital. That may not be quantified in money terms readily, but it can be quantified in the effort and the input that you take, the time that you set aside to run this business. This is because as you start a business, you may be the only messenger, you may be the accountant in that business, you may be the tax person in that business, you may be the secretary who is receiving all the calls, you may be the marketer who is marketing your product and your service, and all this is sweat capital. In fact, the first years of a business are the times that are going to be busiest for you, because remember, this is a small baby that you're trying to raise up and be able to see this baby be able to take a few steps on their own. And before you can be able to employ someone and give somebody the responsibility, you yourself need to understand the business. And this is where sweat capital comes in. The next source of money for most individuals is family. Yes, family and friends are the next source of capital for most individuals. In fact, around 4.2% of the small businesses that start is because of money that is given by friends or family. And this is money that is not free sometimes. Sometimes it is free, money that they have given freely and they do not expect in return. Sometimes it's money that you pay back in return. Sometimes it is money that you are given are supposed to give some interest that you have agreed to. But this is money from friends and family. This is because it is easier to raise this kind of money, because they give you money based on your character, based on how much you've been repaying if you have been asking for previous loans. They know you better and wish you good, and so are willing to give you money in a much less freely than a normal bank, because they have the best interest at heart. So this is the second source of capital. If you have gathered your own money and it is not enough, this is the second source of capital that you'll be able to get. But this again is limited to your own character. Are you dependable? Are you reliable? Have you had instances before where you have had financial promiscuity? You have not been truthful and honest in your financial dealings. If you're that kind of a questionable person, then you are most likely not to acquire this source of funding. The next source of funding, and this is especially in Kenya, is savings groups and chamas. These are where individual members come together, save some money, and give one member at any other time. So basically, it is a way of helping you to save in a more structured and disciplined way. And once your turn comes, you're able to get money from the contributions of the other members as you pay out when the other members turn comes along. So basically, it is just gathering your money in a more structured way with some level of discipline, because again you're accountable to several people. This is another source of capital for most individuals, and this is a way you can be able to gather funds and be able to put aside money to be able to get some form of capital. In some chamas that have become hybrid, you can actually get a loan from a receiving member. So somebody is receiving this money, but you have a higher need. So you might be loaned by this person in the same chama or savings group, and you'll be able to get money to be able to start your business, even if you're not collecting your money then you can be able to pay with an interest at a particular time and forfeiting your own time where you're supposed to receive the money. So sometimes chamas work as a hybrid, sometimes they work by you collecting your own savings, but they are also a source of funding, especially for Kenya and our part of the world. The other source of funding is from banks. Banks can be able to provide capital to you, but sometimes they shy away from beginning businesses that have not started and are just an idea. Before you can sell an idea to a bank, you are probably have gone through your own savings, have gotten loans from your friends and family, have gone through a chama, and probably are now coming to a bank. So this again is a bit more difficult to be able to get this kind of funding. Of course, the other sources of funding are angel investors, but these have to buy your ideas. These ones have to understand your business. These ones have to see your potential return and growth capacity of this business. They are probably more knowledgeable. They are probably going to require for you to be able to give some form of shareholding, and they may be able to help you structure your business for growth, because they are either people who are involved in the same market, understand or own shares in other similar businesses, and these ones not only bring capital to your business, but they also bring know-how and direction that your business needs to be able to grow further. Sometimes this comes along later on after you have established some business and something is running, and you're now looking to scale up your business or be able to establish it in a bigger scale. So these are the forms of financing that most people are most likely going to encounter in Kenya, in Africa, and in our part of the world. So other sources of funding are a bit small. Sometimes it is in kind, sometimes you get cooperative loans, sometimes you get government loans, sometimes you get some grants from NGOs, but these ones are small and are limited. And for starting a business, this may not be able to apply. The reason I talk about in kind and in NGOs is because some NGOs may offer training to you. So you're not receiving money, but you may be receiving training that will be able to help you manage your business, manage your risk, learn how to recruit, how to manage staff, and do other things. So it is not money that you receive, but it is skills that are going to help you in your business. Key thing to point to have in mind is you have to have a good business plan of the existing business. If it is an idea, if it is an already running business, you have to have a strategy that can be able to be seen, that is of course, smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. It should have goals that are incorporated into the ethos of the business, and it has to be able to show the potential so that it can be able to attract capital at a later field. Because remember, there is no free lunch. No one is looking to give money to a dreamy entrepreneur who has not done anything and who cannot be able to show the potential of his business. As you seek funding for your business, remember, the smaller the business, the more it is of an idea, the harder it is going to get money from others. The more you enter into the biggest business in the initial phase, is the more you need your own financing for your business. So if you're looking to quit employment and start a business, ensure that you have some capital, ensure that you have some money to be able to meet your expenses before your business is running efficiently. You could also start your business while still being employed as a side hustle before you gain traction and require more input and time, so that when you leave your job, you also have this business that is running. You should cultivate a good relationship with your friends so that when you require them to be able to contribute to your business, they can be able to give you capital because you are a dependable person, you are a person who is trustworthy. Again, have a relationship with your bank, have a relationship with credit institutions so that when you get to that point where you need financing, you do not start a relationship from scratch. Let your business transaction, your bank account transaction, be able to speak for themselves. Because remember, banks will give you money not based on how much active income is coming into that bank, but how much residual money and flow of money is going in. How are people paying for their goods? How are you paying your taxes? Are you seeming to have an account that is fluid, that is transactional, and are you not having checks that are bouncing from your account? These are some of the things that you need to prepare as you gather more funds and as you look for more capital to grow, start and grow your business. I hope you're learning, you're growing, and you're becoming better in your financial affairs. My name is George Kingori, your online finance guy who is always checking out to help you grow in your career, in your finances, and in your business. Thank you and enjoy your